They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Texas State Bobcats, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Longhorns will put it away to start the game. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Texas State's offense will go on the attack first. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jess, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
It'll be a draw. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Longhorns! What momentum you get when the defense comes out with a play like that.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3 and out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He'll ride his man on the option. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out, but no one's accounting for the pitch man, he'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Incomplete. Man, oh, man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
They'll try to pop the draw. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
got it behind the line. It's Burrell. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. And the Bobcats are on the move. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and that's a timing route. You throw those out routes to your receivers, and he gets out of his break, and he gets his head around, and ideally you want him to get his head around right in time to...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Bobcats will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. So Texas's offense will go to work for the first time today. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
Man, I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
Finds his man. It's Lockett. They make a stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Tollefson. He lofts one down the sideline. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really nice penetration by this defense. Getting in there immediately. Causing the running to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Here comes the noise. Defense on 3rd down. They want to throw it. Here's the pressure. Fakes the grab. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed it.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, the inside give.
fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on their way.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver, the intended target. As a result, that ball's incomplete.
Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. The give on the inside. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here.
He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Longhorns will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. And this junior signal caller has hardly been at his best, and when you've been around, when you're the veteran presence, you have to perform at a higher level. They thought they'd be able to lean on their passing game, but so far it has been a complete struggle. Turnover didn't help either. They've got to take care of the football. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Takes a handoff. It's Powell. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. And the Bobcats will punt it away on 4th down. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's taking the shot. Intercepted. Got some room to run. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Fires on the move. He's got an open man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. The RPO, it's complete. Creates a little space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Got room to work. Quick step and go. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to the ground with the running back. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Tries to get it on the ground. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Longhorns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to slam in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. And this outing is one this junior signal caller would prefer to forget. They came into this one believing that they could make it. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. On the option. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Now on the option. There he goes. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
And that is what is so dangerous about this quarterback. Not only can he hurt you with his arm, but, man, he can hurt you with his legs. And he shows you the speed on that play. Wow.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas State.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Butler. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air, it's Tollefson. Fires to the right. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Here comes the Heat. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. This defense will try to keep everything in front. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield and he needs a bunch.
Oh, that might be a little too close for comfort for me. If I'm a play caller, I want to create some space. I want to take a shot and maybe throw the football down the field. But woof, I want my quarterback to know, like, listen, hey, we're really close. We're a bad spot away from 2 points for the other team.
And the returner is stopped. On the option. He'll keep it himself. He'll pitch it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you can tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Back to throw. It's Tollefson. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less... philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Butler. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky. If it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Breaks the tackle.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And let's not complicate this. It's worked before. The QB sneak continued to get first downs. Keep using it. Keep moving the chains.
The Longhorns are marching down the field. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Wide receiver comes in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Lockett. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. To the air, it's Tollefson. Fires to the big fella. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And this offense, man, they talked about it coming out of half. They wanted to get their guy into a rhythm. To do that, man, you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. He's been hit a lot. He hasn't made that many plays throughout this football.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Defense has it. They're on the move. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Running to the left. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds the hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run at it.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Tollefson. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown. They forced their opponent to take a field goal. Nice job.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
And the Bobcats will line up to punt it away. They'll try to get him on the fake. And the gamble works in their favor this time as they pick up the 1st down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the 1st down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Powell. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Bobcats send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. They'll run it from the gun. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Collefson. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. And they haven't got the outing they had hoped for from this junior quarterback. Big plays in the passing game have been sparse. They just haven't been able to put up many yards or points for that matter, and they also haven't taken care of the ball. A little screen to the running back.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Fires to the middle. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Powell. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to the receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Breaks into the open. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. And the Bobcats have their offense in high gear. Quarterback sneaks it ahead. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on second and goal. Quarterback duplicitous in his dealing. Some would even say sneaky.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bobcats. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building. If only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the moment. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Butler. He's got great speed. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Now, this defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He leaves it with his back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Pulls it in. It's Washington. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. So far, this has been a most frustrating performance for this junior quarterback. The passing game's really been ineffective. They just haven't been able to generate explosive plays. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
No mystery here. 3rd California late in the game. Defense knows they're going to throw it, so they're going to have a lot of guys back in zone coverage. And these guys up front are going to be pinning their ears back. Quarterback better have the clock going off in his head.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Grab behind the line. It's Powell. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He wants a big play here late. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Wants to throw again. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Slings it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
And I like it. Very smart defense, understanding the clock, understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep, breaking on the football.
Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree.
Fires toward the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. And that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will tie the game here in the final minute of play.
Man, that is a massive field goal. So much pressure on him. With just a couple seconds left here in the game, he knocks it through the uprights. It looks like this thing's going into overtime as long as your defense is not completely screwed.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. The give is to Williams.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
First play of the first possession of OT. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
A shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. And it's right down the boulevard. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of the season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets. And then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum.